Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope you're having a very, very good day wherever you are. I was going to enjoy my weekend of no content, just chilling out, relaxing, watching the horse racing at Newmarket, watching the football results, and having a carefree life. But no. This is West Ham United, and when the circus is fully in town, they want to perform, and that is our ownership. Our ownership decide to sack Graeme Potter today at 11:15 UK time and release a statement on that. Listen, he deserves to get the sack. He's run out of time. He couldn't get couldn't get a tune at any of these players. He was trying to do everything precise, and it was never going. It was just wasn't working, and nothing was going right. His pressers were non-inspiring, to say the least. My issue is the timing of it. It's the timing of it that you've sort of allowed basically a whole week to pass by with no new manager in place. Now, there is sort of strong links to Nuno. It's looking likely it's going to be Nuno. But you're setting the new manager up to sort of go into a situation where his team is mixed, full of sort of counter-attacking players, possession-based players, and it's all over the place. And we need Nuno to sort that out as soon as possible. Now, Graeme Potter's been here since January the 4th, I think it was. We lost against Manchester City. He got appointed during the week. They dragged out the Julian Lopetegui sacking, if we'll go back to that, and eventually they sacked Julian Lopetegui. They've done it again with this man. Leopards never changed their spots, ever. And obviously, we brought in Graeme Potter. Now, he started mixed. He obviously lost in the FA Cup game against Aston Villa. He got a win against Fulham. And then he had two back-to-back wins against Arsenal and Leicester City, right? And we thought, here we go, we might start to see something. Failed attempts against Bournemouth, failed attempts against Everton last season, and West Ham sort of faded out into a position where we was lucky to stay in the league, because if any of them teams would have been half decent, we would have went down. I do feel for him a little bit in this summer. So I feel like he's been a bit mugged off, and he's been thrown a little bit under the bus. I believe he was told that he was going to get some sort of budget, and he didn't get that budget. He just got basically peanuts. Now, he has brought players in. Malik Diouf's a good player. Madsen Manson is a bit of a nightmare at the minute, and we don't know where he is with him. Obviously, it's just been a bit of a mess from the summer all the way up to the present day. Now, obviously, the start of the season was a nightmare. Sunderland away, hammering. Chelsea at home, hammering. We obviously beat Nottingham Forest, and people thought we'd turn a corner. Then we played Spurs, another kicking on that one. And then the Crystal Palace game was another defeat. And obviously they have acted, and they have the right to act, because it isn't working. The fan base wasn't happy, and a change is needed. But the timing of the change is poor. Is truly poor, and I'm not best pleased with that. If you're going to sack him after the Crystal Palace game. You've got a whole week to have that. You're going to get a new manager in. You can coach the players into the style of play that the new manager is going to be coming into, and you can work off of that. It hasn't gone down that path. Now, obviously, Carl McCauley is out the door and all. He's gone. I feel like this has been a breakdown behind the scenes, and I feel like there's been many lies and a bit of Jackanory being spoken about behind the scenes, and I do feel this is on part with the ownership. Now, these owners need to go, and these protests are coming. They're coming stronger than ever, and they need to be upped every week until he's gone. You don't run a football club like this. You simply don't. And they've gone after Nuno because he's there and he's available, and they thought, right, we'll just get him in. Do you know what I mean? The problem is, if you've got no plan, you don't know what the future is going to hold for West Ham, and the future at the minute is literally trying to stay in this league. Now, Nuno's got a big job on his hands. Everton away, tough old game. He needs to go there, and we need to get some sort of result with a team that is mixed up with players. Now, there is one positive thing, is that James Ward-Prowse shouldn't be in the starting lineup against Everton on Monday, because obviously Nuno had him at Nottingham Forest, didn't really play him, and eventually loaned him. The loan ended by us sort of grabbing him and taking him back home. So, Nuno ain't a fan of James Ward-Prowse, which is good news. But I just feel like this has been a week of basically mayhem, right? Right, Potter's face has been everywhere. There's been rows on social media. Now we've got another bit of like a circus because now we've got a new manager coming in, which I'm going to be honest, yeah, he's good for now, but I don't think this is going to last with the style of play, because people want style of play at West Ham. That's all I keep hearing, is style of play, and they want to see the West Ham way. You're just never going to get the West Ham way with this ownership. It's never going to happen with this ownership, because this ownership work for the here and now. They don't look at the 5-year plan or the 2-year plan. And, you know, it is what it is on that. But this ownership is a joke. And Graeme Potter's time at West Ham has been a bit of a joke also, if I'm being truthfully honest. He just hasn't done what we expected him to do. And he was very, very sort of non-emotionless. Like, I don't know what words to describe him, but the words are that there was just nothing there. There was no passion there. There was no sort of desire there. And it felt like it in his press conferences, really going back to last season. When we played Brighton away and we lost 3-2, and the anger in him, I needed to see that a bit more this season. It felt like this geezer was just going through the motions and he had nothing about him. Now, obviously, he has gone. And listen, I'm going to thank him for a couple of results. Nottingham Forest away, 3-0 win. I thought it was excellent. Even though there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with Nuno and obviously Mariakis. Arsenal away was an excellent result last season, the 1-0 win. And that's about it, if I'm being truthfully honest. 2 results that I can sort of thank him for, and the rest of them have been absolutely woeful. But we're going to have to see what happens in the near future and go from there. But his time is done. Nuno's time is here and now. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm angry with the timing of it, because you've had all week to just to sort this out. Now, this either works in our favour or we get absolutely splattered against Everton, right, in Merseyside. Now, if we go up there on Monday night and we get rolled at the ground, I am going to be gunning for this ownership, because I'm going to say that you've had all week to sack Potter, and you've just chucked a man under the bus there, and you've brought a new man in who you've just literally chucked under the bus again. West Ham is the 17th richest club in world football, apparently, and we can't sack a manager and sort of plan ahead to the future. It seems like we are literally impossible to do that, which doesn't make no sense to me, when you should be planning like full steam ahead for what's coming. But one thing that is coming is a relegation battle. And I think with Nuno, we might have half a chance of getting out of this situation. He's going to play counter-attacking football. He's going to play sort of a low block and then hit teams fast on the break. Has he got the players to do that, like in this situation? I don't know. I'm nervous about it, because I feel like we've got a mixture of Moyes' players, Lopetegui's players, Potter's players. I feel like we're hoping that Nuno can come in and sort of sort this group out and somehow get to January at least in mid-table. If we're in mid-table in January, I'll be over the moon. I'll be over the moon, because I don't want to see his club go down or get relegated or anything like that. I really don't. Right? I don't want this season just to fall apart and we're fighting uphill, because once we get cut adrift, then it becomes a bit of a nightmare for West Ham. Also, I'm going to say this, that the protests have to be maintained now, right? I'm surprised that he sacked him now. I am. I thought he might have waited until the international break and used the Brentford game. I think he's sort of cut his ties now. Knew that Nuno was there, got Nuno in. You have to maintain these protests and this this sort of anger towards the board, because what he will do, and this is where the problem is with me at the minute, is I feel like the media might turn this around on the West Ham fans who are protesting, who are wanting the ball out, and saying that they're the problem, when we're not the problem. We are the solution. And David Sullivan is and always will be the problem at this club. So, yeah, maintain it. Be persistent, consistent, and ruthless, as I always say, and we will get Sullivan at the door. The way Sullivan runs this club is a fucking joke, if I'm being truthfully honest, and he runs it like a market trader. I wish someone would come around and sort of revoke his fucking license forever, if I'm being truthfully honest. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care of yourselves out there. Special like on the video. Hit a hype if you want to hit a hype on the hype thing. And also, I'll see you Monday. I'm not doing no more content over the weekend. I'm done, mate. But I probably will do something. I keep saying it, but I probably will. But you could have sacked him all week, Sullivan. You decide to sack him on the weekend when we're all trying to chill out and enjoy our lives. Nice one, you old cunt. Peace.